In today's video, we're going to be looking at 10 facts that will ruin your entire childhood. Let's get right into it. Number 10. Hey Arnold. There is a disturbing reason why Helga always had a bad attitude on Hey Arnold. Helga lived in the shadow of her older sister Olga, who was the favorite child. Her father Bob was a blowhard who never paid much attention to Helga, and her mother Miriam was always moping around the house. Miriam was often out of it, and when she wasn't, she was usually found making blended drinks. Most kids watching the show probably didn't realize it, but Miriam's smoothies weren't just regular smoothies. Though it was never directly mentioned on the show, it's been confirmed that Miriam was an alcoholic struggling with emotional issues. Her forgetfulness, slow speech, and constant attachment to that blender start to make a lot more sense when you know this fact. Looking back, it becomes clear why Helga behaved the way she did. She was desperate for attention and love in a household where she felt overlooked and neglected. Her bad attitude was a way of coping with her difficult home life. Understanding the struggles of her family gives us a deeper insight into Helga's character and why she acted out so much. Number 9. Star Wars. Jake Lloyd, known for playing young Anakin Skywalker in Star Wars: The Phantom Menace, faced severe challenges following his role. What should have been a career-defining role turned into a nightmare as he endured intense criticism and bullying. To cope with the relentless bullying from his classmates and certain people, Lloyd decided to ultimately quit acting in 2001. Despite stepping away from acting, Lloyd continued to appear at conventions, but took steps to avoid being recognized in public due to the backlash. In 2015, his situation worsened when he was arrested for reckless driving and resisting arrest. A year later, he was transferred to a psychiatric facility for further treatment. His mother disclosed that during a lapse in his medication, Lloyd became very aggressive toward her. However, she also noted that his mental health has significantly improved with ongoing treatment, and that they have maintained a close relationship. Number 8. The Loud House. Chris Savino, a veteran of Nickelodeon known for his work on several popular cartoons, notably The Loud House, which became a breakout hit after its premiere in 2016. However, in 2017, allegations of sexual harassment emerged against him that was allegedly spanning for a decade. These serious accusations prompted Nickelodeon to take immediate action, resulting in Savino's termination from the network. Additionally, he faced repercussions from the Animation Guild, including a 1-year suspension. Despite expressing deep regret and apologies, Savino's association with the Loud House came to an abrupt end. Following his departure, the show continued successfully, now led by Michael Rubin as the showrunner. Nickelodeon has still maintained the Loud House in its programming lineup. Number 7. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Ferris Bueller's Day Off, released in 1986 and starring Matthew Broderick, remains a beloved classic comedy movie. Broderick skyrocketed to fame overnight, and the film continues to captivate audiences decades later. However, there is a dark and lesser known chapter in Broderick's life that hasn't been talked about that much and you might not be aware of. On August 5, 1987, while driving in Northern Ireland with his girlfriend Jennifer Grey, who also played a role in the movie, Broderick crossed into the opposite lane, resulting in a collision with another vehicle. The occupants, Margaret Doherty and her daughter Anna Gallagher, who was only 28, sadly lost their lives in the incident. Broderick has stated that he has no memory of the events leading up to the crash or why he veered into that lane. Ultimately, Broderick pleaded guilty to a reduced charge of careless driving and paid a fine of $175, a decision that sparked significant controversy and criticism, especially from the victims' family members. Number 6. Legends of the Hidden Temple. Legends of the Hidden Temple was a game show that aired on Nickelodeon in the early 90s. Contestants had 3 minutes to locate an artifact while navigating through 12 rooms and evading temple guards. Despite its captivating and creative premise, out of 120 episodes, only 32 contestants emerged victorious, which would later be revealed the reason for the low success rate. One of the former contestants, Killy Garza from the Red Jaguars team, openly shared his perspective on the experience. He vividly described the physical toll of the challenge, comparing it to the feeling of pushing oneself to the brink in a strenuous athletic competition. According to Garza, the intensity was such that contestants often returned feeling utterly and physically drained, while feeling like their lungs were about to explode, revealing the difficulty of this game. Host Kirk Fogg later explained that the producers intentionally crafted tough challenges because they were limited to awarding only 8 championships per year.
I don't know if you've ever been in some sort of an athletic thing where you feel like, your lungs are going to explode. That's how you feel.
Number 5. Rugrats. At first glance, Rugrats appears to be a typical kids show, but it has layers of complexity beneath the surface and is actually quite deep. One notable issue is the fate of Chucky's mom. She is sporadically mentioned in the early episodes but is later confirmed to have passed away. This raises questions about whether her death occurred during the show's run or before it even started. Additionally, the series has faced accusations of using racist imagery. One notable example is the portrayal of Tommy's grandfather, Grandpa Boris. He is Jewish, and some people felt that his imagery resembles stereotypes of Jews that were used in Nazi propaganda during World War II. This comparison sparked controversy and criticism. Despite the controversy, Rugrats will still end up becoming one of the most iconic kids' cartoons. But not everything about it is all sunshine and rainbows. Number 4. Caillou. Jacqueline Linetsky was the second actress to voice Caillou in the English version of the character. She took on the role in 2000 and worked on it for 3 years. Besides Caillou, Jacqueline was involved in various other animated series during her teenage years. She would tragically pass away on September 8, 2003, while traveling to a live-action job in Saint-Cyr, Quebec. The van she was in lost control and crashed into a semi-truck. This accident resulted in her untimely death at the young age of only 17. Jacqueline's sudden passing was a shock to the entertainment industry. Her talent and potential were evident in her performances, and she had a bright future ahead of her. Her role as Caillou in particular left a lasting impression on many children and their families. It is just tragic that her life was cut too short. May she rest in peace. Number 3. The Wizard of Oz. The Wizard of Oz is a classic timeless movie that came out in the late 30s. It is one of the most iconic movies of all time. However, there's a lot of disturbing dark secrets behind this classic film that not many people might know. While the film presents a bright and cheerful world on screen, the reality behind the scenes was a completely different story. The Munchkin actors, despite their prominent role in the film, reported that they were treated awful behind the scenes, particularly getting very low pay. Apparently, they were getting paid only $50 per week, equivalent to $900 in today's currency. In contrast, Toto the dog and her handler earned upwards of $125 per week, which would be around $2,100 today. This means a side character and their dog earned more than the main cast. Also, Judy Garland's former husband mentioned that the Munchkin actors made her time on set a nightmare and awful. It's quite disturbing details about a movie that seemed innocent and bright. Number 2. Dan Schneider. Dan Schneider created some of Nickelodeon's most successful sitcoms, including Drake and Josh, iCarly, and Victorious. His work earned him a Lifetime Achievement Award at the 2014 Kids' Choice Awards, hinting at a bright future with Nickelodeon. However, in 2018, Nickelodeon and Schneider unexpectedly parted ways. Reports surfaced of Schneider's alleged misconduct behind the scenes, including issues with his temper and multiple complaints of abusive behavior, including mistreatment of actors and crew members behind the scenes. Additionally, Schneider also faced criticism for controversial social media posts, notably involving photos of young actors' feet on Twitter. These actions stirred controversy and contributed to the decision to end his partnership with Nickelodeon. Number 1. Humpty Dumpty. Humpty Dumpty, famously known from the nursery rhyme, has been portrayed as an egg in various depictions, including Lewis Carroll's Through the Looking Glass. Surprisingly, historical evidence suggests that Humpty Dumpty may have originated as a large cannon mounted on the walls of St. Mary's Church in Colchester. During the siege of 1648, Parliamentarian forces damaged the wall beneath the cannon, causing it to fall. The royalists, referred to as all the king's men in the rhyme, were unable to lift the heavy cannon back into position, and they ended up disabling it. This historical interpretation adds depth to Humpty Dumpty as it aligns with the context of the English Civil War. The rhyme itself does not describe Humpty Dumpty as an egg or specify any human-like features. The cannon theory is supported by local lore and historical records, suggesting that the rhyme may have originally referred to a military incident rather than a nursery character. In summary, while Humpty Dumpty is commonly depicted as an egg in modern culture, his origins in the nursery rhyme may have a historical connection to a cannon destroyed during a pivotal moment in English history. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe for weekly top 10 videos. Also, let me know in the comments which one of these facts ruined your childhood. And also make sure to check out these videos right here for more top 10 videos.